Imagine a single decision, made by a small group of the world's most powerful billionaires, that signals a complete lack of faith in the modern financial system. This month, that decision was made. $47 billion, a sum larger than the GDP of several nations, was quietly dumped from digital assets and fiat currencies and moved into one single physical asset, gold. This was not an investment. This was an evacuation. The super-rich are not panicking over a single market correction. They are preparing for a systemic failure. The sudden, massive, coordinated move of capital out of paper promises and into tangible metal is the clearer signal yet that the world's financial architects see something dark converging on the calendar, and that convergence is centered around the year 2026. This is not speculation. This is the financial elite sending an urgent, coded message. This is the story of the $47 billion panic, the history it repeats, and the terrifying signal it sends about the immediate future of the global economy. For centuries, gold was the ultimate store of value. It was incorruptible and unprintable. But when the world abandoned the gold standard, we entered the era of fiat currency money created by government decree. This fiat money is backed by nothing but faith. And faith, as history proves, is volatile. The billionaires who made this $47 billion move understand history. They know that every fiat currency experiment, from the Roman denarius to the Weimar Republic's mark, ended the same way, with hyperinflation and collapse. The moment the wealthy lose faith in the paper, they abandon it for the metal. This current gold tsunami is merely the modern expression of an ancient, terrifying wisdom. But why now? The Chinese billionaires who have amassed vast fortunes through real estate and technology are facing a perfect storm. They are trapped between a collapsing domestic property market and a global economy teetering on the edge of unprecedented debt. They are not merely observing the system, they are escaping it. Their panic is focused because they recognize the specific threat brewing beneath the surface of global markets. We are currently facing the greatest debt bubble in human history. Nations, corporations, and individuals are carrying trillions in obligations that can never be paid off under current economic conditions. The central banks, facing this impossible mountain of debt, have only one solution: to inflate the debt away. They print new money to pay the interest on the old money. This action devalues the currency, making everyone who holds cash poorer. This is the inflation theft, a quiet, mandatory tax on the poor and middle class to service the debts of the powerful. The Chinese elite, seeing the value of their vast digital fortunes slowly eroded by their own government's actions, initiated the escape. They dumped paper promises for gold, protecting their wealth from the very inflation their governments are creating. The specific fear revolving around 2026 is linked to the convergence of several major financial cycles. Massive amounts of corporate debt, issued at low interest rates years ago, are scheduled to mature. These corporations will have to refinance this debt at today's much higher interest rates. This sudden, dramatic increase in interest payments will act as a system shockwave, causing mass bankruptcies and a sharp contraction in global lending. Simultaneously, the geopolitical landscape is fracturing, and the dominance of the US dollar is being actively challenged. When global confidence in the dollar, the world's reserve currency, falters, the entire global trade system faces disruption. The $47 billion gold dump is a vote of no confidence in the entire fiat ecosystem before this convergence hits critical mass. The super-rich are not waiting for a single news headline. They are acting on signals visible only to those at the top of the financial pyramid. Their goal is simple: to convert perishable, government-controlled assets into permanent, sovereign wealth. Gold is their life raft. The choice you face is clear. Will you remain trapped holding paper assets that are actively being devalued to service the world's debts? Or will you follow the signals sent by the world's wealthiest and prepare for the inevitable correction? Understanding the signal is your only defense against the impending financial shockwave. Do not rely on faith in the system. Rely on the hard lessons of history.